Sorry I've been away. I've been just busy with different things, personal things, my vacation, whatnot. Though on Patreon, I've been putting up content on the regular. Yeah, so of course, here's me shilling for Patreon. Link is in the description below. I have like 160 videos there and webinars and all kinds of content that you can check out. So go check it out. Link in the description below. But anyway, today I want to talk about gold diggers and hypergamy. See, a lot of guys think that women who are hypergamous, which is all women, that they're basically gold diggers. But no, my son. No. See, gold diggers and women who are hypergamous are two different species. And let me explain how I arrived at this conclusion. See, there's this woman called Anna Bay, I think her name is. She runs a channel called School of Affluence. And this channel is coming up on basically 1 million subscribers. I mean, good on her. Yeah, but the thing is, see, the content that she creates, man, is just awful because she is basically teaching girls how to be gold diggers. Yeah, I mean, she makes no bones about it. Yeah, she teaches girls. I mean, she's basically me, but a gold digger. Okay, I mean, it's really goddamn funny. Yeah, she teaches women, young women, how to pursue rich guys. And how to act in a way that will attract rich guys. And she's just an avowed gold digger. I mean, she herself married some well-off guy, and, you know, she makes no bones about it. I mean, you gotta respect that on a certain level, that kind of chutzpah, that kind of just like, I don't give a fuckness, you know? That's respectable, even though it's just morally despicable and she's just an awful human being. But anyway, she's the one who made me realize this distinction between the gold digger and hypergamy. You see, all women are hypergamous, all of them, because it satisfies a natural instinct, a built-in evolutionary instinct. It is no different from the quality of men who are only attracted to hot women. We see a 70-something-year-old lady, a bit overweight, and we think, oh, she's so nice and all the rest of it. Are we sexually attracted to her? Of course not. We look at her like she's a 70-year-old bag. You know, we have no interest in her sexually. We're, of course, going to be polite to her and we'll listen to her and she might be fascinated, but do we want to bang her? Hell no, okay? Because it's hardwired into us that we want a sexually fertile woman, okay? And with women, it's the same thing. But whereas men look at a woman and are interested in her sexually because she's young and therefore fertile. And we look at certain cues insofar as facial symmetry, insofar as looks are concerned, her long hair and whatnot, to determine her fertility. Well, women look at a man and look at the resources that he has to determine if he is a potential mate. All women look at a guy's resources. All women look at a guy's status relative to the other members of the social group to which they belong. It's hardwired into it. It's evolution. Just as evolution has made us men focus on a woman's looks, her ratio, her body ratio of breasts to waist to hips. Yeah? Same with women. They look at a man's resources and his social position to determine which man she will find attractive. This is hypergamy, and she always wants the better, of course. I mean, that's the other thing, the other component. She always wants the better, just like guys. Guys want the hottest pussy available, okay? So to complain about it is to miss the point. All women are hypergamous, and that is as it should be, provided this hypergamy has the right intention, the right aim, the right purpose. And this is where gold diggers and hypergamous women split apart. You see, because ultimately hypergamy for women, looking at a guy's resources, i.e. his money, and looking at his status, and looking for signs that he has high status, what's the purpose of it? She wants a man with resources and high social status to protect her children, so that her children have the best possible standard of living. so that they will survive. I mean, in the past, I'm talking pre-1700, men who had resources and status, well, their children tended to survive. And low-status men, men without resources, their children tended to die. And so women quite naturally were attracted to men with resources, i.e. money, and status, because it would ensure that their offspring would survive, or give them a higher likelihood that they would survive. And so a woman is hypergamous for that reason, but a gold digger isn't. And this is the key difference. A gold digger, she wants a man's resources and status, not for the benefit of her children, but for the benefit of herself. And this is the key difference. This is why the normal hypergamy of a woman is perfectly natural, understandable, and forgivable, but a gold digger isn't. And that's why a gold digger is despicable, because she wants a man's resources to make her own life better. It's a selfish pursuit. And she, makes herself attractive, sexually available to the man with resources, i.e. money, to the man with status. Not because she is thinking or instinctively wanting her children to have a better life. No. It's for herself, because she's basically lazy. Yeah, she is using her natural sexual attractiveness and increasing it in order to get a man to give her the resources, her the status. She has no intention of passing it on to their mutual children. You see? You see why gold diggers are so different from normal hypergamy of women? And you see why a woman like Anna Bay, the School of Affluence chick, and women like her are so despicable on a moral level? I have no idea how she is in real life. I don't care. I certainly don't want to meet her, because just looking at her and watching her content a little bit, she is teaching young women to get high status, high resource men, not in order to form a family and give those resources and that high status to their mutual children, but for herself, for her own selfish ends. And this woman herself, she doesn't have any children, yeah? And she married a high status guy so that she could be high status, so she could have resources, nice cars, nice jewelry, nice clothes, and all the rest of it. She has no intention of having children. And so from an evolutionary perspective, she's a dead end. And the guy that marries such a woman, such a gold digger, it's an evolutionary dead end. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it's actually worse than an evolutionary dead end. It's a kind of theft, if you think about it. I mean, that's what gold diggers are doing. I've had some experience with gold diggers. Limited, thank goodness, because I caught on. And with experience, I recognize the signs, see? And all gold diggers, they don't want children. They do not want children. There is a movie I was thinking about as I was preparing for this video called Liar Liar. Jim Carrey comedy, very funny, and he plays a lawyer. The plot is not important. The point is that during the movie, he is the lawyer for this gold-digging woman in her divorce trial. And she's divorcing this rich guy. And the thing is, see, this gold-digging woman had a kid. The rich guy got her pregnant, but she kind of hates the kid. She hates the kid and just uses the kid to manipulate the rich husband and get more concessions and more money from the poor guy. See, because the guy actually cares about the kid, but she doesn't. She only cares about herself, her clothes, her jewelry, her cars. She's a gold digger, a classic gold digger, see? She was, from her point of view, unlucky enough to have a kid and be stuck with a kid, but she's using the kid to get more money and more resources from the guy. This is a typical move of the gold digger, see? The gold digger inherently is a selfish woman, and she does not want to share the resources that she gets from the resource-rich, high-status guy. No, she wants it for herself. And that's why gold diggers are so dangerous, because they are so attractive. Yeah, because what happens is that a lot of times hypergamous women, they have this instinct of using the high resources and the high status and taking care of them and not spending them on herself. And so because she doesn't want to spend them on herself, she doesn't try to make herself more attractive, okay? Because her instinct is to use whatever resources she gets for the children or potential children she might have. She's more interested in building a really pretty nest, i.e. a house, than clothes for herself or jewelry or cars. But a gold digger doesn't. A gold digger wants it all for herself, for her person. She, in a very real sense, doesn't even really care much about the house or where she lives because it's all about her. And she wants all those resources and that status for herself. And she leeches it off the man for herself. And you, the potential object of the desire of the gold-digging woman, I mean, you have resources, you have status and whatnot. You got to be careful of these women. Hell yeah. Because they are much more attractive than the normal girl. The girl who wants a family, who wants kids. They are much more seductive and they are much more mercenary, see? Because a normal hypergamous woman, she wants the best that she can get. And once she has the kids, she's pretty much settled and she's happy with what she's got. And maybe some guy passes by and has more resources, more status than the husband she's with, but she's not going to necessarily drop the husband at the drop of a hat just because some guy passes by, right? But the gold digger, oh yeah. The gold digger, she goes to the highest bidder. The gold digger has no interest in having kids with you. She has no interest in building anything with you. She just looks at you as something to suck off, literally and figuratively, in order to get the resources that she wants. And once she has sucked you dry, figuratively, she'll move on to somebody else, somebody better. And there's always somebody better. Yeah, always. I mean, in both regards, there is always a better woman around the corner and there's always a better guy around the corner. There's always somebody smarter, somebody richer, somebody with higher status than you. It's inevitable, okay? So, you know, it is inevitable, therefore, that if you hook up with a gold digger, eventually she's going to cash you in and move on to the next guy, the next target, the next victim. Understand this. You should check out Anna Bay's channel. It's hilarious and really kind of depressing. Because, I mean, if she's got like close to 1 million subscribers, you know, I mean, all these women want to be that. They want to be gold diggers. But understand that it's basically, they're vampires. That's what they are. I mean, I met a gold digger and was, you know, seduced by a gold digger back in my late 20s when I first started making money. And I blew a fuck ton of money. I mean, between 5 and 10 grand in just like a couple of months, if that, no, less than that, like maybe 5-6 weeks, okay? And later I was just so depressed about it, but retrospectively I'm thinking to myself, man, I got off cheap. Because just for, you know, maybe 5-7 grand or something like that, I learned my lesson. I learned about gold diggers and the difference. It's so important to understand that difference, see? Because you find a woman who just wants your resources for herself, she's a vampire. But you find a woman who is measuring you and looking at the resources that you have and looking at the status, and she's thinking, this would be a good father for my children. This could be a guy who I could build a family with. That's radically different. And that's the kind of woman you want. And this bitching and complaining about hypergamy in women, that's stupid. You see? Just as for women, it's stupid for them to complain that men only want like a hot girl. We're hardwired this way, man. Come on, okay? Work with what you got, but understand the difference. It's so important to understand the difference between just regular hypergamy, healthy hypergamy, and gold diggers. Gold diggers are a dead end. Gold diggers are vampires. Gold diggers will suck you dry. And not in the nice way, although probably in the nice way too.